this is a Zero News. It's quite an important one. It's about Southampton. It's about my area. As some of you may know, I cover anywhere I can, but my own area of Southampton, I try and cover the. I've made a documentary about the rape capital of Southampton, a place called Hoglands Park. I did the hotels, um, and also I'm part of Southampton Patriots who are both protesting and trying to help people locally and trying to give people support who feel isolated. So the Southampton Patriots and one of the big streamers, Laudits, noticed in Southampton the other day that one of the parks were closed off. The thing about the parks in Southampton, they're all close together. One of the main ones to be known is Hoglands Park. It's known because it's the rape capital of Southampton. So when any crimes happen around, or when any things happen around these areas, these parks, because they are often knife-ins, rapings, stuff like that, it it gets your attention because very rarely is it likely to be that someone's had a bee fly into their head and knock them out. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be something serious, unfortunately. So we all knew that something had gone on. We didn't know what, and it seemed like nobody. It just disappeared. Anyway, this has just popped up today, thanks to Southampton Times, and I think this is important. People hear because people won't hear about this. It's being kept to local papers, and like I say, it caused a lot of commotion in Southampton the other night. Nobody knew what was going on. Everybody knew that something was going on, and that someone had probably lost their life. So again, this is happening all near the universities, by the way, and the universities are going out and supporting these people. So let's see the details involved. So forgive me with these names, they're not very easy to pronounce. We should tell you something. So Vikram Digwa, I think that's how you pronounce it, appeared in Southampton Magistrates Court charged with a murder, but it's just up the road from me, charged with the murder of Henry Nowak, or Novak, I'm not sure how you pronounce that one. No application for bail was made by his legal representative. He spoke only to confirm his name, address at St Denis Road in Southampton, not a good place, date of birth, and to confirm that he understood the allegations against him. He was remanded in custody to appear at Southampton Crown Court on Wednesday, December 10th. And you'll notice, by the way, just before I speak anything else, you'll notice the very careful way in which they say certain things as they're revealing them here. So Karen Kaur, I think it is, or Kaur, the mother of Mr. Digwa, appeared, strange that they got different last names, appeared immediately afterwards. His mum is accused of assisting an offender, taking a weapon from the scene of a crime, and concealing a weapon with intention and preventing the prosecution of an offender. Bear in mind, sorry, just stop there. Bear in mind, it's YouGov polls have been very clear about the fact that immigrants and Muslims and that will not, under any circumstance, tell anybody when a crime's happening, tell anybody when they suspect a crime's going to happen. They've already openly acknowledged that they will help each other. And I realise mother and son, it's a different dynamic, but even so, this is even worse. So she, again, let's go back over that. She's accused of assisting an offender, taking a weapon from the scene of a crime and concealing a weapon with the intention of preventing the prosecution of an offender. Vikram Digwa. Mrs. Kaur entered the UK in 1998. We don't get an idea of what country she's come from, but Mrs. Kaur entered the UK in 1998. So, in case you were wondering and think I was picking on the names, this is why I've said what I've said. It's another migrant. And remember, the last time something like that happened like this, it was an Iraqi migrant that stabbed an English guy because he wanted to go home to Iraq. So anyway, it says... and she was married in 1998. So she came to UK in 1998, was married in 1998. Yeah, we know how that works. A translator was present as it was explained to the court that she was unable to speak English. She's been here since 1998. She's unable to speak English. She's the mother. She's the older one. I'm sorry. I'm shocked. Okay, I was genuinely shocked. I try not to read too much of these ahead of time. I try and read them with you. So, Okay, so she entered the UK in 1998, got married in 1998, which is what they do, and then hasn't even bothered to learn the language. So a translator was present as it was explained to the court that she was unable to speak English. Mrs. Kura spoke to confirm her name. Notice that they've still not told us what country she's come from. So confirmed her date of birth and that through a translator. And it says a guy called Robert Salami or Robert Salame. I don't know. Salami sounds better, doesn't it? Prosecuting for the Crown alleged that Kerr had walked through Belmont Road and then to Digwa, who told her, "Mum, come here, take this." Mr. Salam said Kerr could be overheard responding by saying, "Give it to me, son, give it to me." The court heard that police searched the family home for several days and found a Kirpan ceremonial sword that had blood on the blade. Does anybody know what that is? It's spelled Kirpan, ceremonial sword, and had blood on the blade. Jesus. Hang on. Harmel Gill, defending, asked the court to release his client on conditional bail. Mr. Gill said the translation of the "mum, come here, take this" remark could not. It's the way they've written this. It's not me. Remark could not accepted in the court of law. I think it means could not be accepted in the court of law, as the absence of an official verified translator, as the police resources used meant they could not accurately identify his client from this. Wow. Mr. Gill continued that because of different regional dialects, not languages, meanings of word, dialects, Indian Punjab, Pakistani Punjabi, which were two different languages, the police were therefore unable to verify this and couldn't therefore accurately identify the person involved. Well, perhaps this is another reason why people in in England should speak English only. I'm sorry. I'm reading this with you. This is my area just up the road. After retiring for over 10 minutes, the magistrates decided that Kerr should be released on conditional bail. She's been released on bail to appear at Southampton Crown Court on 10th of December. The Crown prosecutor then handed an appeal paper over, meaning the custody period would be extended within its legal right. Let me just have a look. So the mum is to be remanded in custody. The 18-year-old man is being what's the word? I think he's given bail. And all we know is that there was an altercation, but it has resulted in death. So he's murdered someone. Altercation with a couple of people. A couple of people were involved. We don't know yet, and that's resulted in death. So he's killed someone. Yeah, he's killed someone. He's got his mum to hide the weapon, which now can't be used as evidence in court because they didn't happen to have a translator with them. Why would you carry a translator with you every crime you go to? You wouldn't. You see how they are in a protected status. No matter which way you come at it, you've got people who've caught them red-handed, as in what they're saying and everything else, and know, there's different dialects. So they get away with the most damning evidence against them. I'm sure the forensics will do what they need to, but that's damning to his mum as well. His mum won't get as bad a sentence because they won't really know what she ever said, will they? All they'll know is that she did try and remove a weapon from the scene. It'd be interesting to see what actually happens to them. So, and this is another thing as well. She hasn't bothered to learn the language since 1998 because they don't want to, because they are not coming here to be part of this society. They are coming here to squeeze money out of this society whilst continuing their own beliefs. And many of their beliefs are that this society deserves to fall. This is not my words. This is the words of these people. So I'm just taking in to see if there's anything I've missed. So beyond that, they've not told us which country to come from. Why would you hide? If you told us to come into the country, if you told us all that, why? And they don't speak the language, why hide which country it's coming from? Would it be because it's more damning evidence against the same country? I mean, they just mentioned Punjabi and everything else, so that gives you a good idea, right? Pakistan, by any chance? Anybody think he might be from Pakistan? Disgusting. And this is again, and we're told we're racist, and yet I didn't guess anything on here today. I read this out with you, and yet who couldn't have guessed half of this before I'd read a word? Because it's the same. They might as well just print the same story over and over again and just change the names, because that's what's happening now. We're seeing more and more and more repeat offences of the same types of crimes. And the one in Southampton, I mean, that's no small crime. And that is mostly gone under the radar. Most of you won't have heard of it, which is why I'm reporting on it today. Because saw the night that it happened, I saw the commotion caused, nobody knew what was going on. They did try and hide some stuff, and I don't even know if this has made national mainstream. It should do. It should do. Um, yeah, there's a bit here that just hints at Pakistani origin without actually saying it. So, you know, um, unacceptable. And then again, for calling this out, if people see this video, if the right people see this video, I will be far right and racist for saying here is yet another case on the pile of all of the cases of people doing this, which far outweigh the other crimes in terms of proportionally. It's the same as the rape gangs, everything else. They're disproportionately high numbers, and yet we're not supposed to react to it. It's absolutely disgusting. And anybody that thinks that you're in a safe place, people used to think that in Southampton, where I am now. And now they've waited. Southampton has been turned upside down, turned inside out. If you come here and you visit, it looks the same. Spend any amount of time here, you'll realise how much danger you're actually in. Me and Vindicator Strikes Back showed that when he came down here, and he helped me film the Southampton demo. Things went to pieces very quickly, and this is an area that doesn't even have that many protests or anything like that. Things are falling apart quickly here, and places that are of national interest like the Isle of Wight and places like that, they are in extreme danger right now. But also the massive loss of life that's happened around the university students that have been stabbed because of the migrants that have come there, and I've had some crazy reasons for doing the stabbing. Like I say, one of them, an Iraqi migrant, wanted to go home, didn't know the process about how to go through it, so he thought the best way of doing that would be to stab someone straight in the back of the neck. I got that footage, and that's right in the beginning of my documentary. I think which is on this channel. So that's real. That's all real, and that was 2023. It's Southampton is becoming like the other places, and that is that it's too dangerous to be in and too dangerous to be alone. Anyway, I felt you needed to hear this because I just feel like other people aren't getting the message out. So a mum and a son, somewhere around the Pakistani area, come into this country, and she comes in this country in 1998, marries the same year, doesn't ever bother to learn the language, so you can assume that means everything else about the country as well. But she is quick to go out and try and hide weapons from the scene of a crime where her son has killed somebody, and then that evidence of her saying that can't be used because they didn't happen to have a translator on them at the time. How would they have known? How would they have been able to make out those words in the first place? You either would or wouldn't understand them. So this is what we're up against. He'll get away with murder, literally. I don't know what happened to her, but we need to keep an eye on this case. Anyway, so that's it from Southampton at the moment. Another day in Southampton where we failed our people yet again. Another day in Southampton that makes it almost as dangerous as the other places in the country. Another day in Southampton that does make it as dangerous as the other days in other places in the country. And what I mean by that is there's more and more days where violence is happening than not these days. Southampton used to be a quiet, unremarkable place, and now it's becoming remarkable for one thing: the escalating violence and rapes. It's really sad to see a once beautiful, calm and peaceful city welcoming to outsiders, welcoming to foreigners. We've been betrayed by not just the foreigners, but by the people who keep pumping them in. We've been totally betrayed, and now people are dying, and they talk about progression and moving forwards, People weren't dying at this rate before. People weren't getting murdered in Southampton at this rate before. Quality of life has gone backwards. Nobody wants to address it. Tom Fury, Zero News. I'm calling it a day for now.